Happy Friday, Internet! Just so you know, this video was shot on Wednesday afternoon because of the July 4th holiday. We apologize if any of these stories have developed further in the interim. Though it may be America's birthday this weekend, let's expand our horizons and talk about the most important stories from around this world of ours. This is The Loop. Egypt is officially in a state of war, according to an official statement by Prime Minister Ibrahim Mehleb following a string of attacks by the Sinai Province, a military group affiliated with ISIS. An armed conflict has dragged on throughout the day Wednesday, claiming the lives of 17 Egyptian soldiers and injuring 13 others. An official statement from the Egyptian Armed Forces also claims that over 100 Sinai Province militants have been killed and that 20 of their vehicles have been destroyed. They also allege that they've destroyed all of the Sinai Province encampments. However, the Associated Press has reported through a confidential source that members of the Egyptian military have been captured by the militant. It's difficult to discern what is and is not misinformation coming from the region, as reports differ between state-owned news sources and independent ones. Our hearts go out to those affected by the ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, in Israel, Hamas has claimed responsibility for a shooting that injured 4 Israelis Monday night near Shvut Rachel. One of the victims, Malachi Moshe Rosenfeld, died from his wounds Tuesday evening. The Israeli Defense Force admitted that a, quote, terror cell was operating in the Binyamin region north of Jerusalem, but did not say anything connecting those activities to Hamas. It is believed that they are also responsible for the shooting death of citizen Danny Gonan just 12 days ago. In Australia, the Border Force Act went into effect this week, making it illegal for government workers to report abuses that they witness at on- and offshore detention facilities run by the government. If they speak up about any witnessed crimes, such as assault and sexual abuse, the whistleblowers could face 2 years in jail themselves. In effect, this gives the government the right to treat prisoners inhumanely without any recourse for the abused. In an open letter to the government, a collection of medical workers, teachers, and psychiatrists who work in detention centers openly defied the government, telling them to lock them up if they want, but they will report what they see if it is inhumane. We thank them for their courage and for their service to their fellow human beings. Across the world, in Ireland, much better news, as the government has pledged 5 years of free medical care to all citizens under the age of 18 who have cancer and were diagnosed in the last 5 years. This is an incredible gesture by the Irish government, and we hope that other governments will be moved to make such sweeping gestures themselves. The new policy went into effect on Wednesday. More good news out of Saudi Arabia, where multi-billionaire Prince Al-Walid bin Talal has pledged his entire $32 billion fortune to charity. The prince, whose holdings include a $300 million stake in Twitter, says that he was inspired by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and that starting Wednesday, all of his wealth will go towards his charity, the Al-Walid Philanthropic Foundation. The prince, nephew to the late Saudi King Abdullah, will chair the charity's board of trustees until his death, at which time his son will become president of the board and his daughter vice president. It is a commitment without boundaries, he said, a commitment to all mankind. We wish him the best of luck in his efforts to better the planet. Meanwhile, Cuba has become the Earth's first nation to prevent the transmission of HIV and syphilis from mother to child, according to the World Health Organization. Margaret Chan, Director General of the WHO, called it one of the greatest public health achievements possible and could be our first greatest step towards ending AIDS in the next generation. Even without a cure, it is wholly possible to eradicate the vicious disease if we can curb its spread. 1.4 million women with AIDS become pregnant each year, and these new antiretrovirals could be the shield that we need to protect children around the world from their parents' disease. And finally, what was popular in media this week? In music, Meek Mill's Dreams Worth More Than Money sits at the top of the iTunes album charts. In TV, Disney's Teen Beach 2 took home the season download crown. And at the box office, Ted 2 opened at number 3 with $33 million, while Jurassic World and Inside Out took the number 1 and number 2 spots with $54 and $52 million respectively. And that's everything that you need to know about your world this week. Well, as of Wednesday. Next week, The Loop will return to its regular Saturday release. So this weekend, when you're barbecuing in America or doing really anything else, anywhere else in the world, take a moment to thank your lucky stars for knowledge, because until next Saturday, you're in The Loop. I'm Matt Lieberman. Thanks for watching. And folks, if you love The Loop or you're just a fan of mine, if you're not aware, I have my own channel here on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Matt Lieberman. I put out advice videos 5 days a week answering your questions about sexuality, anxiety, depression, life, death, everything, and I do a live Google Hangout every single Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, go click that link in the description, check out my channel, I'd really appreciate it, and hey, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Thursday, Google announced that they will offer free Wi-Fi to all of New York City. Yeah. Just, don't you love it when girls give you shit?
Yes.
It's addictive.
It's addictive. I love it. I don't know. Maybe, is that sexist somehow?
I don't know. One of the...